Hello everyone, author DL Tillery here, the Mistress of Horror, and welcome back to my channel and live streams. As you know, I'm here usually every Sunday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Direct Time. But yeah, we're at the end of the month, and ahead of almost 5 weeks in the month, so I'm not sure about Tuesday coming up because StreamYard is always pressing you for time if you don't have the paid version. And like I said, I will have the paid one when I'm making money from my streams. But anyway. Until then, I am down to the wire on my time this month. I did go a few streams past my usual 2 hour mark. So tonight we'll be streaming for an hour and a half. So I'll be wrapping up around 7:30 instead of 8 o'clock like I usually am. So that means we only have time for two 30-minute sprints. So I'm not going to chat too much in between. Hi, Jocelyn. It's good to see you. Glad you made it at the start. I don't know. I know I can't catch anybody. So on Sundays always seems to be like really, really light. But Sundays and Tuesdays is what I have available to be able to do my evening stream. So I guess catch me when they can, so to thing. If anybody noticed today, I did not upload Layer of the Mistress. I did make a post on my community post. I am retiring the Layer of the Mistress dark poetry reading series. It's been running for about 2 years, and it doesn't get enough traction for me to put the time in that particular uh, series anymore. I tend to do that. If I give a show at least 2 years to pick up traction, if I see that it is doing decent in my mind, then I will keep it going. But if it falls off or it doesn't continue to take, then I usually will let it lie. So last month was the last episode of Layer of the Mistress dark reading poetry readings. So if you want to still support the series, then you can go back and view any of the videos that I put up over the last 2 years. It was quite on time every time. So it was every fourth Sunday. So you would have at least a good amount of videos to see. I'm not going to lie. So I will be adding a new series for the fourth Sunday of the month, but not until December. So I'll be uploading 3 of the Sundays in the month. I have live streams on Sundays anyway, so it won't be like nothing's going to happen. And I do upload shorts from time to time. So there's something to look forward to on that front. I still have poetry that will be uploaded, but that's for the PAX Poetry Prompt Sundays. Which is at the beginning of each month. I figure maybe 2 poetry shows a month, maybe not what people want. As poetry is not something for everyone either way, but I have always been a poet, so it will still be here. But PAX Poetry Prompt, that will not end no matter what, no matter how the views are, because that is in memory of my friend who passed away. And so if you still want to hear poetry, then look for PAX Poetry Prompt Sunday each first Sunday of the month. And I do a prompt, and I always write a poem based off the prompt that I give you. So there is that. And if you want to read some of my poetry, you can always pick up my poetry book, which is on Amazon. There's about 100 poems in the book. It is well received, has good reviews as well. Still selling, which is good. That one's Thorns in My Heart. I did mention this in the post. So you can look up Thorns in My Heart by D.L. Tillery on Amazon. It is available in paperback and ebook. So, and Jocelyn said there is the Storyteller's Hearth this weekend. Yeah, I heard about that. I can't write poetry to save my life. It's like the different types of poetry out there. All of it doesn't rhyme. There's different levels of poetry, different rhyme styles when you do rhyming poetry. I myself prefer AABB style rhyming. I can go ABAB style as well, but it really depends on what the poem is and what the mood is. But my main style is AABB rhyming. So I suppose I could work on it, though. I believe Ray Barber said poetry can help make your writing better. Yeah, some people believe so because of the prose and how poetry flows. I'm not sure 100 if that is the case, but I have heard that. Hard to say since I've always been a poet since I was a child, so hard to say. But that is an interesting take. Wouldn't hurt though, would it? um, and for those who missed it, Freaky Friday happened this past weekend, Friday and Saturday. My story, The Scraping, was read at around 6:50 something. The videos are up after it being a live stream, so if you want to hear my story read live, then do check out The Scraping being read on there. This was a competition, so the people that were picked for it to be read, and then the second part of the competition is for your story to beat out the ones in your category and be picked to be in the Freaky Friday horror anthology. So I don't know yet if it beat the other stories in its category, which I was in the supernatural category, which is these first 5 stories for Friday. I went up against Dead Girl, When Nothing Remains, Mothman, Seeker, and Final Curtain Call. So we shall see. If I do, I'll let you know. If not, the scraping still will be published nonetheless. And before we start the first sprint, Lydraga comes out on Halloween if you want something creepy and horrific for you that's werewolf based, because the creature in this is a made up creature by me that is very werewolf based, but it is called the Lydraga. Something from my Caliostro world, because it is based in the Caliostro world. Cover designed by me as well. So the ebook does release on Halloween if you want to grab it up. It is free on Kindle Unlimited and only 99 cents if you buy a copy for ebook for Kindle. All right, so let's go ahead and start the first sprint. Let me remove that and add this. And we're going to do a 30-minute first to start. And I will see you in 30 minutes. Happy writing. See you in 30. And that is time, everyone. Get a little tiny short break here, and then we will pop back into sprint. Next sprint. I'm working on Trap Within. I haven't worked on it in between the streams. A lot of heavy work going on over here. Um, and it's school season, so homeschooling my daughter. It happens in the evenings after work. So yeah, it's hard to have time to write, except for when I do have time for the sprints. So on my stream. So yeah, that's happening right now. So it's a little hard to have time to write. On the weekends, I try to make time, but then usually I'm trying to catch up on adulting stuff. So I'm in a Hafla tonight that I probably won't even be able to watch because I have stuff to do. But I have to watch the replay of that. And the Hafla is a belly dance event. It's online because I don't perform professionally anymore. So I only perform on like 2 online shows. Currently just reusing my old performances because I have no space to do any recorded performances because my house is all packed up. So no background that would work. But yeah, I have stuff to do even when I'm not writing clearly. So still trying to prepare for the move that's going to happen for me at the end of March. I'm not looking forward to that because yeah, that's a whole fun nightmare thing. But yeah. Anyway, so working on Track Within. My newsletter comes out Monday because it's the 4th Monday of the month. So again, if you're not subscribed to that, then you can subscribe. I do need to put the new links in my description for. I think I might have changed it for this one. It should be new. You can just subscribe to the newsletter. The new newsletter magnet doesn't get added until the next newsletter. So I will be up putting those links somewhere, probably in my first video for November, which is the first Sunday, which is the 2nd of November. So the new newsletter magnet should be ready, I believe, by then. Because I need to make sure that it's formatted for ebook and such. So I have to check on that. But it's a vampire tale. It's called Obsessed. It's actually in print in back of Caliostro's novel. So if you haven't bought Caliostro, you haven't read it. So that's going to be the newsletter magnet going forward, probably for the next 6 months or so. And because I pulled Winterwolf and Lydraga from the newsletter magnet, so I will be releasing Winterwolf solo because you could get Winterwolf if you get the print copy of Caliostro, but I'm going to release it ebook form and possibly paperback because it's a novella. Probably during the winter sometime, I'm thinking. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, just wrapping up Trap Within because there's no rush to it per se because it's not coming out until later 26th. And Caliostro Book 2, I plan to try to release that. It's probably going to be near the end of next year because I wanted to do a spring release, but now I can't do that because now my move is pushed right at that marker and I need all funds for the move. So there goes those plans. Something that's again out of my hand because humans. So but Caliostro will definitely come out next year. It's just not, when I planned it because originally it was supposed to be this year, but then I was moving, but then that got, misconstrued. So now I'm moving at the end of March, which then takes away the idea of releasing it spring. So I'm going to just push it back until later in the 26th. I like to release my horror stuff later in the year anyway. And Caliostro is horror based, but it's dark fantasy with romance. So later in the year is not bad. So I'm just going to shoot for that. And so during that time, I'll be able to just take my time and work on, cleaning up Caliostro, all my leads that I like to do in my journey of releasing a book get done on time. So no rush there. I'll take it as a sign to just take my time with that. nonetheless, I'm rebranding Caliostro, so I do need to work on that because it's just not getting enough traction. And the cover is great. I know that, obviously. But then there is the blurb, which I've tweaked that. That hasn't helped. I only could run ads a little bit for Caliostro because it is costly. Uh, so that could occur. It is published wider because I did do draft to digital. So that hasn't helped. Um, but it has to be, the name is obscure. So I possibly need to put something in the subtitle that would be more fitting for the algorithm and try that. That's something I haven't tried. So I'm going to rebrand it because the covers need to be rebranded because I can't get the cost, as I said before, for the artist that I use for book one. So I do need to rebrand book one cover and make it match for books two. So, and I'm going to use the same artists going forward for the special editions that I plan to release in the future. So that's how that's going to be and go down. Anyway, if you're writing with me, let me know what you worked on and how you did if you want to share. And I'm going to go ahead and get the next screen ready for the next sprint. So let's see which timer to go with. Since I was talking about vampires, let's do the vampire timer. Alrighty. It should be just in time. I think we're at about 6:45, which will bring us back in time to probably chat for a little bit and then roll out. But let me get the ticker done for that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, and also don't forget about the Howl and Haunts and Autumn Werewolf Challenge if you're interested in reading some werewolf based stuff with a horror, with some horror movies, because I have one of the prompts. The first prompt is actually a movie prompt, so a werewolf movie. If you want to find out any details about the Howl and Haunts Autumn Werewolf Challenge, then go check out the announcement video on my channel. Easy to find. This cover is the thumbnail. And check it out. Maybe you'll want to join in. It's for the month of November. You have all 30 days to fill the prompts. If you don't fill all the prompts, that's fine. It's all for fun anyway. So, alrighty. Let's go ahead and start the next sprint. And Jocelyn said reorganizing a scene. I love that. That's what I was doing with the sequels to Room Within, Trap Within. Had to do some scene reorganizing. So, but yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and start the next sprint, and I will see you in 30 minutes. Happy writing. And that's time. Not too bad. Desperate. Cleaning up. Trapped within. Let's see here. It's probably gonna be all closed in chat because there's not much time to do anything else, of course, because hour and 30-minute stream. So, see, Jocelyn had mentioned, just realized I may have to completely revamp this chapter. And I said it was best to catch it now. Definitely best to catch it early. That wild brain has suddenly stopped working. Right. But yeah. I'm going to be streaming again. I'm sure that my time, I'm not going to probably have enough time to stream on Tuesday. So my next stream will be on Sunday, which I will schedule out. So I'm not going to plan one for Tuesday and have to cancel it because I know my time is going to be. There's no point in streaming if it's just an hour. I think that's possibly what I will have left. So I'm just going to say I'll be back on Sunday, November the 2nd. Since I won't see you all again before Halloween, I'm going to say happy Halloween tonight. And don't forget Lydraga comes out on Halloween Day. It's pretty much free if you have Kindle Unlimited. If you don't, then it's only 99 cents because it is a short story, but 99 cents nonetheless. So check that out if you are inclined to scare yourself. I will be enjoying my Halloween usually like I do. I watch horror movies all day. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do it all day because I do have to work Halloween, but I believe I have only one client that day. So that means that I will be home in the after roughly mid to late afternoon. So I will be able to enjoy Halloween's evening for the most part. So I'll be watching horror movies once I get home. I usually get my daughter off on Halloween. So I'll be doing that, watching horror movies. Usually we have like something, a specific meal at night, usually hot wings or something like that. So doing that, and then pretty much how I enjoy my Halloween, watching creepy classics. Because usually through the month I watch at least a horror movie a day. Rather be newer stuff, but I always watch the classics on Halloween. Again, if you want to check out the replay of Freaky Friday, I did share the link in the chat. You want to hear my horror, The Scraping? It is very creepy. So it is a flash fiction, so it doesn't take long for them to read it. They do talk about it after the fact, so if you want to hear that one, and then do check it out. So I'll let you all know if I make it into the anthology. Even if it's not, I will be releasing it because, of course, you had to make a book cover of some sort for it for the submission, which I did. So the book cover will be released. If I end up publishing it, if it's going to be in the anthology, then I still may show what the cover would look like if it was solo. So once it's out of contract, then I would release it solo anyway later, probably with a few other short horror flash that I have off to the side. But yeah, it's fun. Thanks for everyone who's here tonight on the stream. I'm going to get out of here, go get some dinner, and yeah, probably watch a horror movie. I haven't gotten one in today yet. But again, I will see you on Sunday, November the 2nd for my next stream. Happy writing in between there. And see you then if you so happen to dock in my door. And stay scared.